In Southern California, various workers over billionaires' protests took place throughout Riverside County and Orange County. Thankfully, the Precinct Reporter had exclusive time with Amy from Indivisible 40 organization at the Tesla dealership in Aliso, Viejo to discuss the oligarchy on how billionaires hold power in the work industry, while everyday workers carry the burden in society. Hey, well, welcome ladies and gentlemen, and happy Saturday to you. My name is Daniel Carter, and I'm with Amy from Indivisible 40 organization. And Miss Amy, can you please tell us about yourself and what's going on with this whole event?
Sure, happy to, Daniel. I'm with Indivisible California 40. We are the Indivisible group that covers the California's 40th congressional district. Currently, our elected public servant, who doesn't really serve the people, is named Young Kim. And the goal of Indivisible is we're a progressive organization, but we're nonpartisan. And our goal is to hold electeds accountable to their constituents, to work for a fair democracy that actually works for all people, and to support our local community, especially in these hard times where the fascist government takeover that Trump and his MAGA supporters are enacting right now is really impacting our local communities. So we're seeing citizens, legal residents, even being kidnapped by ICE, disappeared, don't know where they're going. Their families are left behind, wondering what's happening. Many people are afraid to go to the grocery store, go to their health care appointments, go to work. So we have programs where we're helping people who are impacted by the ICE raids. We distribute red cards. So red cards are Know Your Rights cards. They have everyone's constitutional rights on them. Anyone on American soil, no matter their immigration status, has certain rights that ICE is not respecting. So we try to let people know what they can do if they see ICE, how to report it to our local rapid response network, the Orange County Rapid Response Network. There's ICE Watch that people can get involved with. So there's a lot of things that we're engaged with. One of our battle cries is Unseat Young Kim, because again, she has not represented her constituents. She voted for the big bad budget bill, which cuts Medicaid to her constituents, for instance. 21% of our district depends on Medicaid for their health care. Over half of the children in our district qualify for free and reduced school meals, and she cut funding for that. So half of the children in our district are going to go hungry because of Young Kim's vote. There's so many other things. I'm sure many of your readers are probably already very familiar with how awful the budget is and the negative impacts it's going to have on everyone, right? Anyone making under $700,000 a year will be negatively impacted by this budget. So even small business owners like myself, we're facing things that it's really bad for us. Small businesses are going to have trouble having their workers come to work. They're going to have trouble with people who can't afford things anymore and move out. People who can't afford to buy their products and services, right? So although they've tried to pitch the budget as being a tax cut, it's really a tax cut for the wealthiest Americans. The small amount of tax cuts that they have given to other people are, in many cases, temporary. The no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, that expires after a couple of years, right? The child tax credit that they're touting, it's only an extra $200, which is like one nice meal out for a family of four, right? And that's for the whole year, and that's temporary too. So the budget is obviously something that's very heavy on our minds right now.
Yes.
And then of course you've probably heard about Proposition 50. So Proposition 50 is going to be a special election in November 4th. That proposition is going on the ballot. It was approved over the last couple weeks by our state legislature. And what the proposition does is it allows us to redistrict our state according to our principles of redistricting so that we can fight back against the gerrymandering that's happening in Texas and might be happening in other Republican states throughout the country. Trump has asked Republican governors in so-called red states to find him more votes for the 2026 midterm election. That's where we will vote on all the representatives that are in the House of Representatives in Congress. Every representative is up every 2 years. And so all of them are up for re-election. And Trump's policies are incredibly unpopular right now. Even Republicans, everyone to the left of MAGA, does not support the budget, for instance. Does not support ICE kidnappings in our neighborhoods. Does not support these crazy tariffs that he's imposing that he says other countries are we all know tariffs are taxes on Americans. The American businesses are the ones who have to pay the tariffs, and they are not going to be able to absorb these tariffs that are like 200, 300% in some cases. They have to pass that cost along to the consumer. So tariffs hurt Americans. They don't hurt other countries. Because of the things he's doing, postal services in other countries have stopped shipping items to the United States at all. It's just insanity, right? And he knows it, and his supporters know it, and his cabinet knows it. They know these things are unpopular. They know they're going to lose in 2026 unless they cheat. And so they are trying to redistrict in these other states. So as Californians, we've said we're not going to accept that. We're going to protect California and protect the nation by voting yes on Proposition 50, which I want to say, first of all, is legal. So there are some mailers that have gone out with misinformation this week from opposition to the proposition, and they say, for instance, that it's illegal. That's not true. Every citizen in California will be able to vote on whether they agree with these new maps. So it is a legal process that we are following to temporarily change the Constitution just until the next census in 2030. Every census, every 10 years, everyone gets redistricted because populations change. People migrate, people die, people are born. And so every 10 years, the entire United States goes through a redistricting process where they balance where people live and how representation happens through the House of Representatives. So that's going to happen again.
More important stories are available at PrecinctReporter.com. Thank you for tuning in to the Precinct Reporter.